my name is Amanda Gagne. When I first came up with the idea for the men's campaign, I was inspired by the frustration that I felt as a leader in multiple women's organizations. And it was always the same problem. Both men and women thought that the issues we were discussing, such as discrimination in general, occupation segregation, all of these issues were just women's rights. So we really wanted to bring this message to campus that women's rights are never just women's rights, and men's rights are never just men's rights. We first wanted to have a big event where we would have an opening speaker and someone that would really explain the entire message of the campaign to the community. We were really focusing on bringing men into the campaign specifically, especially fraternities. So we first had Ted Bunch from A Call to Men come, and he talked a lot about gender socialization, and he just explained how both men and women are socialized to think that we have to fit into these specific gender roles, and these are obviously harmful to both men and women, as women are seen as naturally victims of violence and men are seen as naturally perpetrators, but none of this is actually natural. That's what gender socialization does. It makes it seem like it's natural. So that's what Ted Bunch described, and that event was a huge success. There were over 100 students and faculty members there, including multiple fraternities. One fraternity had actually already met him before, which I thought was awesome. And from that event, we actually have 2 fraternity men that applied to be on the SAVE team, so that just shows that progress is being made because of the campaign. The next event was called Toys and Sexism, Is It All Just Fun and Games? And that was just to explore gender socialization even more. So we just had a table in the University Center. We just laid out different toys, and then we would just ask people to say which one was for a girl and which one was for a boy. And the fact that they can say which one it was shows that we are socialized to believe this is for girls, this is for boys, even though it's not natural. And then our next event was a talk given by Dr. King Mott, who's a political science professor, and he talked about what makes a real man, and he just discussed the whole entire history of masculinity from different perspectives, and a big group of people came to that event too. Dr. Mott is always great in every talk that he gives. The last event we had before this closing ceremony was our Clothesline project, and that is to raise awareness about sexual assault and to empower survivors. So we just set up on the green, and we had a bunch of shirts and paint and markers, everything ready for people to just write whatever they wanted on a shirt, and then we hung them up around the green on rope. And that was really exciting too, because all of a sudden a bunch of ROTC members were over there, and then they were there the whole day helping us encourage people to make shirts. They made a bunch of shirts themselves, and so that was even bigger than we ever could have imagined. We can clearly see that the campaign was successful for the turnout for every single event, as I mentioned before, and also we can see that both men and women on campus have learned that both the definitions of manhood and womanhood are restricting both men and women, as gender socialization has created our rape culture that makes it seem like men are naturally perpetrators and women are naturally victims. The campaign is really a dream come true.